if I'm playing Rivals and I run Black Widow against Full Dive, I should be able to run Black Widow. The word meta means most effective tactic available.
Oh snap! It's an acronym.
Yeah, never thought it was. It's an acronym. Never knew it.
I don't even know. I don't even play my Rivals. I'm like, Full Dive.
Switch your character, fam.
For real.
We all know switch your character.
For real though.
Switch.
Welcome back to another episode of G2A Unlocked.
Your gateway to adventure.
My name is Max.
And I'm Forrest.
And today we have a very special episode. We're going to be talking about gaming metas and patches and kind of how that shift happens all the time.
Yeah, it's one of those things to where, are we taking games too seriously?
Right.
Are patches ruining the fluidity of games?
Yeah.
Are metas ruining the fun of games?
Yeah, because I mean, I feel like the mindset behind a lot of competitive players are what's the best gun, where's the best drop spot, or what's the best abilities that I can have to make me the most efficient, when other players are just trying to load in and have fun.
When somebody says meta, the first bad memory that comes to mind is hopping through a window into a room, pushing a guy, and then hearing the Mac 10 sound. And you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I know, because
when the Mac 10 was meta,
yeah,
I hated it.
Yeah,
that's like, for me, that's like that's what meta means to me, is that damn Mac 10.
Yeah. For those that don't know, we're talking about Call of Duty Warzone back in the day when like the Mac 10 was crazy. Still one of my favorite weapons to use in a video game of all time.
Took my fun away. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
because the rate of fire was too fast. For me, for someone who doesn't play often.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, that's the meta gun? Let me go run up in here and use it. And I was like,
yeah, you got to be careful with that recoil, for real. But yeah, no, I mean, it's a good point. Actually, I talk to my kids about this often because they're always constantly looking up new keybinds. And, you know, super jumping in Apex Legends. And, Dad, I learned how to do this wall jump. And I'm like, dude, just have fun.
That's the reality, is because I fell victim to that, like,
yeah, me too,
playing Apex and like maximizing like how you play and bunny hops and all this other stuff, and it's like, okay, I learned it and I still died. Like, it didn't really maximize my gameplay. Pushing the room didn't matter because I can wall jump. Like, you're gonna die anyway. So I think a lot of times it's cool to watch videos, it's cool to watch the pros, but the reality is, you're never going to be as good as them. You'll be good, but the 1% is always going to be the 1%.
Yeah.
And there's a certain amount of us who can play a game and be really, really good at it, and like just kind of, people use goated too much, but you can be extremely good just off of the way you play, and then learning how the pros play and those tricks put you on their level. But for the regular person, if you just don't have the skill, if your body just can't do what you're supposed to do, you can read all that stuff, you can look at the meta, you can get the right guns, but it's not gonna make you them. But it takes the fun away because you're thinking that's the goal now, instead of just enjoying the fact that you're playing video games.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's almost to the point to where these games, like these modern games, are almost like living products.
They're part-time jobs.
Yeah,
they're
because it's like
with, rotating.
It's insane, and I just love it and hate it at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like honestly,
this is the thing. You pick any game that was competitive, and they had patches and metas changed.
Yeah.
Every single person can tell you in every game what their favorite meta was, because that gun was what they were the best at. And then when it wasn't as good anymore, they were forced to switch to other guns, and they never had the same success. But the reality is, if you kind of kept the same guns the whole time, you probably would have better luck and more fun, because you're playing with what you are used to playing with.
Right.
But chasing the meta is like you're playing guns that you force yourself to learn stuff or have a play style that you're not good at.
Yeah, it's like Yeah, no, it's like a consistency piece, right? Like if you're constantly loading into, let's say, Apex, and you love the 301, but the Nemesis just got a buff.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, oh, man, I got to try it out. And then you feel like you got to keep using it because maybe you keep dying from other players who's using it. And then you're like, oh, I'm going to pick it up. But you hate that gun.
Yeah.
Probably going to struggle.
Yeah.
You know
exactly.
what I'm saying?
Because your heart ain't in it.
Right. Yeah, facts. And then, like, when you – so you said when someone says meta, you think about a MAC-10. But, like, honestly, people take the word meta and they get annoyed.
Yeah, they do. I mean –
like, there's even people that are using that as a term saying, I'm so meta. I'm so meta. I've even heard my son say it, and it's annoying.
It's almost as bad as the whole it's giving thing.
Oh, my gosh.
I can't stand that.
It's giving. It's giving.
I can't stand it. That and meta. Funny. That and meta are like right here.
That's funny. So, question. How do metas form? Like, where do they even come from?
You know what? I don't think the meta would exist without the internet.
Okay.
Because people would just play what they play.
That's true.
But now, and you know this, you just said it. Now, kids are trying to figure out who are the kings of FPS. Right. What are they running? What are they playing? What are the Tifus and the ninjas playing? Like what are their loadouts? Because I see them fragging people all the time, so that must be the play. I mean, think arc raiders. There's a meta. The skill list is meta. Like that. There's a meta skill tree. Crazy, but skill trees are now meta.
Yeah.
And Tifu has a YouTube short. Ninja has a YouTube short of like they literally created shorts of their build. This is the best build. This is the best build. And now those are the meta builds because everybody wants to figure out what's the best thing. A lot of it is trial and error is kind of gone. So everybody waits for the creators that play the game the most to create. They create the meta, really.
Yeah, because it's like, all right, let me spend X amount of hours playing the game, and let me figure out what I like the most and what's most effective for me, and then that's what I think you should do.
Yep. Or how about this? I forgot what game it was. What if creators that are massive creators create a meta that isn't real?
Yeah, I was thinking
because it's not as good as what they actually run.
Yeah. It's kind of like the same concept of all of these millionaires and billionaires on how they try to educate, the middle class people on how to become millionaires. But they're not giving them all of the secret sauce. No. Like they're giving them maybe 60% of what that thing is. Like they're actually gatekeeping.
Yeah. Can't give you all of it.
Because I don't want you to be
Because then I'll become – if everybody becomes millionaires, then millionaires become middle class.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Do you feel like there's like a social pressure to play meta?
In team games, yes.
Yeah.
Because now your team – like if you're playing a game – like you're playing Halo or you're playing Warzone solo – you can run whatever you want because you're solo. But when you jump in squads, put it this way: you love P2020s in Apex. That's just what you want to run.
Right.
You go ahead and go ahead and load up, and just run around with 2 P2020s, and let's see what your team got to say about that.
Hey man, if you find a P2020, ping it from you. What?
Right? It's like for what?
Yeah.
Like, are we kicking this off this building, or like, are you running this? And it's like after a couple of fights, it's like you can see. Tell me this ain't you ain't really doing
like
this.
You're
bro.
actually killing
You're
this.
Not really doing this, bro.
Yeah, no, I feel that. It's crazy. I feel like Apex got that bad too, especially when it comes to like your choice of legend.
Yeah.
Because like certain legends, like for instance, Octane got a buff recently, which I think is really cool, but he still has a pad, and when you pad, you're like way up in the air. Hello, shoot me, please.
You know what I just thought about? Apex isn't as bad. Remember when we first started playing? We don't have a healer. We don't have this. Right. We don't have that. Everybody, they treated it like we already got if you have a Pathfinder and a Bloodhound, like we don't need 2 of you. Somebody needs to run this. And like
I feel like it's still like that.
No, they kind of fixed that. Competitively it is. But they've kind of fixed that to where you don't need to run a lifeline to win games.
Right. That's true.
They put enough heals. They put enough stuff in the game where you can self-sustain. It just make it easier. But they kind of created it to where it's not. Because I remember back in the day when I would pick a character, I'm like, all I know how to do is run Bloodhound. And then in chat, they're like, switch off Bloodhound. We already got Pathfinder. Like, but it's like everybody felt like there needed to be a meta for your team to play Apex. They did a good job making it only meta for ALGS or competitive, but nobody looks at it like in regular gameplay as you have to pick this class. It's just get good.
But yeah, nah, man, that's it.
Now, real quick, I been saying the word meta for years.
Right.
Never really knew what it meant.
Right.
You know what it means?
Yeah.
You know
No, I don't know the exact meaning.
Okay,
I have an idea, but.
And y'all can let me know in the comments if this is correct or not. But the word meta means most effective tactic available.
Oh, snap. It's an acronym.
Yeah. Never thought it was. It's an acronym. Never knew it.
That's
most effective tactic available. Like, I'm not, but hearing it like that makes me wonder if that was a military term.
Most effective tactic available. I'm about to go home and sound like I know something.
Right?
That's interesting.
I read that and I was like, why did I never?
Yeah. I feel like it's almost like a chore. And it's funny because, like, you second guess yourself. It's like, okay, I like this character or this gun or this ability because it's the most fun to me.
Yes.
But this ability over here is technically better, and everybody is using it.
So you should just do what you want.
So I'm forced to use. And it's the same thing in Pokemon when we're playing Pokemon. It's like, okay, I really like this. I really, really like this fairy box deck with all these different types of Pokemon with all these different energies. But this Night March deck is way more consistent and it's faster because everyone's playing it. But I really enjoy this better.
Yes, that's old school Pokemon. TCG,
old school.
If y'all don't understand.
Fairy box,
I'm gonna say something more modern.
Best deck ever.
If I'm playing Rivals and I run Black Widow against Full Dive, I should be able to run Black Widow. No, I'm just playing.
That's funny. I don't even know. I don't even play my Rivals. I'm like, Full Dive.
Switch your character, fam.
For real though.
We all know switch your character.
For real though. Let me see.
Switch. You didn't hear about that Marvel Rivals drama, huh? This dude Kingsman 265 was in a Marvel Rivals tournament for 40 grand. So the winning team was gonna split 18 grand. So they would get 3 grand each.
Right.
Between 6 players, and he is the number one. I guess there's a character called Magic in Marvel. But he is the number one Magic player in the world. Like, he legit is ranked number 1.
And also plays Marvel Rivals.
Well, no, Magic is the character in Marvel.
Oh.
So yeah, so she's a hero in Marvel Rivals. So he plays Magic, and he got drafted in this team. It was a creator tournament, and what happened was it was a girl that ran Black Widow. And Black Widow was considered the worst character in the game.
Right.
Has the worst win rate of all characters. Right. And the one job, she has one job and is just barely good at it. So it was like it's a bad character.
Right.
And she didn't want to switch off the character. The second, he was trying to convince them we need to, like, if they're going to run this, we need to run this. If you run that, we're going to lose. Like, because your character just will die.
Sure.
Like, she don't have health. Black Widow's not built to take on a full die, which is 3 of their attackers all bum rushing her to start the game.
Right.
And she's made like a main DPS. So, long story short, she refused to switch. She went a game in Marvel Rivals. She went 0 kills, died 5 times, and had 0 assists. Literally means you did nothing.
Right.
And when it happened, that became a meme, and they wound up kicking him off the team.
Damn.
Before the tournament started. And he was like, please, can we take this seriously? Because they're bigger creators. He's a small creator, but he's like one of the best in the world. But he's like, I'm trying to pay for college. So like, this will really help me pay my tuition. And they kind of bullied him and was like, she's not switching. And then he was like, no, but listen. And he broke it down. And the team captain was like, you know what? That makes sense. But we're still not so he got kicked out of the tournament. He posted a video, and his video was literally the whole VOD. He didn't edit it. It was the whole VOD of what happened that he got kicked. The world came to his defense. those girls are like basically careers are kind of basically over for bullying and all this other. They tried to frame him as a bully.
Wow.
He had 10,000 followers on Twitch. In a week, he had 275,000 followers on Twitch. He had 10,000 subscribers on Twitch.
Damn.
Within that week. People were like, they were watching the video, reacting to it, and then midway through, when they were doing despicable shit and he got kicked, they were like, what's his page? Went to his page. One dude donated $500 just directly on his Twitch. People were just donating him money. His first live back, he had 55,000 people in his stream.
Damn.
All like, you did the right thing. Because he was like, 20 years old, 20-year-old kid, and he didn't crash out on them or nothing. And they were like, ruined his college chance to make. So he literally overnight, all this stuff happened 2-3 weeks ago. So in the last 3 weeks, all this Marvel Rivals drama, all these big creators, like Moist Critical talked about it, like Asmongold, like all these multi-million follower YouTube people talked about it. So now he's like the most famous Marvel player. Marvel reached out to him, sent him like $1,000 worth of money in game to like buy, like the world is like, we got you, fam.
That's what's up.
And like he's made like people were trying to make sure he would make that $3,000 back the first stream he came back. He made like $10,000 the first stream back.
Damn.
And everybody was like, cut ads on, turn your ads on. Dude, it's the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Damn.
And that's why the world is like, nah, Kingsman 265, we got you.
Sometimes you gotta listen to the pros, bro.
Yeah, listen to the one that got the juice.
That's crazy. Well, I mean that just takes us back to, you know what I'm saying, the whole meta thing again.
Yeah.
Because there's a reason why there is a meta.
All of this drama was caused by meta.
And she was like, I don't care if you're
meta be damned.
I'm going to do me. I'm going to play Rampart. I'm going to play Octane.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care if they're not meta. But it's crazy that they ended up harassing him, even though he had the best advice.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's a different playing field. Now we're talking about money. We're not talking about chilling at the crib. Let's have some fun.
Exactly.
Let's do what you want.
No. Vibes.
We trying to get a bag off of this game.
We ain't talking about vibes right now.
Meta is definitely coming.
It's money.
Yeah, Meta. So, like, is it okay for Meta to take over when it's for dollars?
Yeah. I mean, who don't need money? If we get into an Apex tournament and it's money involved, I'm not playing Fuse. I'm like, what y'all want me to run? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, no, money's on the line. I'm gonna take this a little more seriously. Yeah. Because we talking money. Where the Mac 10 at? Like. Yeah, for real.
Let us know down in the comments. Like, that was a very interesting story. Thank you so much for sharing that whole story, because I missed that whole wave on Twitter. Man. Let us know, do you think that they made the right decision? I mean, I definitely agree with what happened. I think that worked out beautifully in his name, and the fact that he was able to get all of that love from the community.
Yeah, absolutely.
Despite, what happened, them trying to bully him, I think that was fantastic.
Yeah, the community, like, everybody watched the footage, and it was easy to see who was in the wrong and who was in the right. And they painted him negatively for trying to tell them what is going to happen. And
Thank God he was recording. Jeez.
Yeah, it was a good thing he was live, because if he wasn't, like, the way he was painted, how they painted the story was as if it was harassing and it was nonstop, and it wasn't even like that.
Yeah, that's what's up. Drop a comment down below. Like, do you guys think that meta is a solution or a problem? Because I feel like
it's a little bit of both.
It's a little bit of both, right? Thank you guys all so much for tapping in on today's episode. We have tons of amazing episodes coming up soon, as well as some surprises as well. So make sure you guys stay locked in. Head over to G2A.com, because you guys know we got all the amazing games at the best possible prices you could ever imagine in your whole life.
Yes.
And we will catch you guys on the next one. Later.